Over 1 year ago, I uploaded this video titled "Is this the best hardware wallet?", where I'm unboxing and also reviewing the Tangem hardware wallet. So I've now been using the wallet for over a year, so let me give you my broader insights and also understanding and hopefully answer the question, is it really that good? So buckle up, grab your popcorn and make sure that you stick to the end, because I actually have exciting news for those of you that are looking to buy a Tangem wallet and for those of you that already own a Tangem hardware wallet. So this is the Tangem hardware wallet. It's a light, sleek plastic card, and inside the card, probably somewhere around here, sits an EAL6 Plus certified Samsung chip. EAL6 Plus is a very high security standard for chips, and it's the same type of security that is being used by NASA and also electronic passports, among others. And it is also on this very Samsung chip that your private key is being stored on, so you sure as hell want it to have a high security standard rating. And the software or the actual code that sits in this chip is confirmed to have no backdoors by the two independent companies, the first one being Kudelski Security and the other one being Rescure. So that ensures that there are no backdoors in the chip, enabling Tangem to go grab your cryptocurrencies without your consent. And the card itself is designed to withstand dust and water and heat and cold. I mean, you shouldn't be boiling the card itself. I believe it can handle up to 55 degrees Celsius, and the card also fits perfectly into your normal wallet. However, depending on how much cryptocurrencies you hold in one of these cards, I probably don't advise you to keep the card in your normal wallet. I'll get more into that later on. That's all for the visuals of the card. Let's get a bit more technical. Now, one feature that very much sets Tangem apart from a lot of other crypto hardware wallets is the fact that you're able to generate a private key without anyone being able to see it, not even yourself. And why would someone want this in the first place, you might ask yourself? Because you see, the private key can actually be sort of like a security risk. With the private key, you can access your cryptocurrencies inside of the wallet, because the private key consists of multiple words, usually either 12 words or 24 words, and that's actually called the seed phrase. So with these words you can actually make out what your private key is, and it is with the private key that you access your cryptocurrencies with. So if someone sees those words, they can access your cryptocurrencies. So when the private key or the seed phrase is generated without displaying any words, then there's no one that can see them as well. And that's the whole point behind it. But why even have a private key or seed phrase in the first place if it's only a security concern? It's being used kind of like a fallback measure. It's the last shot to get your cryptocurrencies if you, for example, were to lose your crypto hardware wallet. And this is very popular to use by, for example, Ledger, because there you only get one USB stick, and if you lose that USB stick, you only have your private key or your seed phrase to rely on to get your cryptocurrencies. But the thing with Tangem is that when you're setting up the wallet, the private key is being generated without no one being able to see it, and then the private key is being copied onto the other cards that you have got with the set using the Diffie-Hellman key exchange protocol, which is a protocol that has been used very long time with cryptography. When you set up the Tangem hardware wallet, it generates a private key. The private key is then being copied onto the other cards that you got. So therefore, if you lose one of the cards, you have at least one other card or two other cards, depending on how many you order, to access your cryptocurrencies with. And therefore, the purpose of a seed phrase is kind of defeated. Of course, if you were to lose all of your 3 cards, then it would be great to have a seed phrase, but why not just order a new set of cards once you lose one of the cards, just to always be on the safer side, and that way you also don't run the risk of anyone else getting your seed phrase. Now, of course, you're still able to set up the Tangem wallet with a readable seed phrase if that's what you like. It's kind of become a debate within the Tangem community whether it's best to set up the cards with or without a readable seed phrase. And if you're into the topic, if you know what you're talking about, please drop your own comments in the comment section saying what you think is the best option. In my opinion, I believe that the option without a readable seed phrase is the best way to go, because one of Tangem's big selling points is its ease of use. Because frankly, Tangem is very easy to use and also beginner friendly. Setting up takes less than 5 minutes of your time. All you need is a smartphone that supports NFC, the Tangem app, and then you just need to scan the card a couple of times and set a password, and then you're done. And whenever you want to do something with your cryptocurrencies, for example send them somewhere else, all you need is a phone that supports NFC, the Tangem app, one of the cards, and a good memory so that you hopefully remember your password. And while on the topic of simplicity, let's shed some light on the wallet interface or the app interface. You can easily send, receive, swap, and even stake cryptocurrencies all within the Tangem app. And to do basically anything except receiving cryptocurrencies, you need to have one of the cards to scan to authorize the transaction. But just keep in mind that staking is so far limited to Solana, Cosmos, and also the Tron network, with emphasis on so far. And another aspect that I really like about Tangem is that it's kind of built like a hot wallet, like Exodus or MetaMask, but whenever you want to do something like send cryptocurrencies out or swap them into another cryptocurrency, you always need one of the cards to scan and authorize the transaction. So you can always check in on your cryptocurrencies and monitor price movements, seeing how much your cryptos are worth, but if you want to actually do something with them, you need one of the cards, because the actual private key that you access your cryptocurrencies with is being stored in the card itself. And another feature that I really like with Tangem is the swapping mechanism inside of the app. You just send some USDT or USDC, your stablecoin of choice, over to the Tangem wallet, and then you can swap it into whatever cryptocurrency you want, all within the app. And the Tangem company is Swiss, the chips are China made, it's actually Samsung chips, and the code for the app itself is open source, which means that if Tangem, the Tangem company, were to go bankrupt, some other guy could just copy the code off of GitHub and relaunch the app. However, the software code for the Samsung chip itself is closed source, which means that only Tangem themselves can see it. And some see this as a big security risk, and it potentially could be. However, I believe that the chip code is probably closed source because it's a Samsung chip, and making the code open source might lead some information for Samsung's competitors, but I still feel secure having my cryptos on the Tangem wallet, because as stated before, there have been 2 independent audits claiming that the software code is safe and that there's no backdoors, and we'll simply have to trust those audits. The high level of simplicity makes Tangem a perfect choice for the new crypto enthusiasts or the crypto beginners, but also for you more tech-savvy people, because why not just have added simplicity? It's nice. And I stated before that I don't recommend keeping your Tangem wallet inside your normal physical wallet, the one that you keep in your pockets, if you have a large amount of cryptocurrencies on it, because you never know what people you meet when you're going out or sitting on the subway. There might be some crypto thug sitting there and he sees you showing off your Tangem card, looking at it in your wallet, and then he just follows you into a dark corner, beats you up, and makes you send all of your cryptocurrencies all over to him. But that is a very hypothetical scenario, but I mean, you always have to prepare for every single situation. So one solution could be to have 2 sets of Tangem card, one which you carry with you and send cryptocurrencies out and into regularly, and then another set which you tuck away behind some books or behind some pillows or under your floor, and that way you're always keeping your cryptocurrencies secure. Now, another aspect of the Tangem wallet that I want to cover is the price, because the Tangem wallet is actually very affordable when you compare it to other hardware wallets. For example, if you were to buy a set of 2 Tangem cards, it only cost you $49, and if you were to buy a set of 3 Tangem cards, it only cost you $60. $63. And this is if you use my code Tashi or click the link down below in the description, otherwise it's slightly more expensive. And as stated, when you compare this to other hardware wallets, it's actually really impressive. Just take the Ledger Nano S, for example, the Ledger base model as of now. That version cost $79, and with that version you don't have Bluetooth, you need to connect the actual like USB stick into a computer with a USB-C cable, and that way you can access your cryptocurrencies. So taking that into consideration, the value you get with the simplicity of Tangem is actually very good. So you can either order 3 or 2 cards, it depends on how high level of security that you want to have if you were to lose some of them. It's like having multiple keys to your house. And one thing I really like is how Tangem usually does like limited edition drops. That way, if you purchase a limited edition Tangem hardware wallet, you kind of feel exclusive having a special Tangem wallet because you know it's not going to be dropped anymore. So if there's a limited version of the Tangem wallet out when you're watching this video, you might as well get that wallet for the sake of exclusivity. Now, before diving into the exciting news, there are some negative aspects that are to be discussed. So there recently was this bug with Tangem where some users had their private key compromised. And this of course was a very big security flaw, and it also raised a couple of flags. So Tangem themselves responded with, the incident arose from a bug in the mobile app's log processing. It could have affected a very limited group of users, specifically those who used a generated seed phrase, then immediately submitted a support request through the app. It does not affect any other users. Those who generated with a seedless setup cannot be affected. Private keys do not exist with such a setup, therefore unable to be extracted by anyone, not even Tangem. Of course, Tangem fixed this problem as soon as it became evident, but it also just goes to show why using the no seed phrase option is the best option, because then no one can see it and the key is being generated only on the chip which you are holding in your hand. So not even Tangem, not even yourself, no one can see it. And that's why I believe that generating with no seed phrase is the option to go. And another drawback for Tangem is that there isn't any function to manage NFTs directly within the app. However, they're actively working on it. So the first exciting news is that you're finally able to purchase your Tangem wallet using crypto once again. So you might as well take some profits to purchase yourself a hardware wallet for security. And from what I remember when I first made my first unboxing video, you were not able to purchase the card using crypto. I know they had it a very long time ago, then they removed it, but now you're able to purchase with crypto again. And another positive aspect is that there is a NFT managing function that is going to be released in the first quarter of 2025. So if you have NFTs, get ready to send them over to your Tangem wallet. Now, whenever there's a problem or a missing feature with Tangem, they always make sure to fix it, but it can take some time. For example, when I first uploaded that first video over a year ago, a lot of things have happened. So first of all, you're able to generate a 24-word seed phrase instead of a 12-word seed phrase, which is better for security for those of you that are creating your wallet with a readable seed phrase. And it now supports a lot of more cryptocurrencies than ever before, and they're actively adding new cryptocurrencies as they are coming out. And when I first got the wallet, you were not able to stake within the app, so that is also a very huge improvement. So this goes to show that the Tangem company is actively trying to make the product better even after you purchased it. So, is it honestly that good? While there are some drawdowns, and one of them actually being kind of severe, Tangem still shows that they are staying active and fixing what is being fucked up, because frankly, fuck-ups happen from time to time, but in my opinion, all the upsides far outweigh the downsides with the Tangem hardware wallet. It also should be stated that I am a Tangem affiliate, so I make a small commission whenever someone purchases a Tangem wallet using my code, but I'm also not being forced or said by Tangem on what I am to say. These are all my own thoughts, all my own experiences, and I'm trying to keep this review as straight as possible. So yes, I think that the Tangem wallet is still that good. And if you have any further questions, please drop them down below. So if you found this review helpful, please drop that like button so the algorithm pushes the video up to more people. And don't forget to use the code Tashi when checking out to save 10% on your purchase. Goodbye.